October 1st, 1960, a new sun rose over West Africa, one of hope, freedom, and destiny. The green and white flag of Nigeria fluttered against the sky, marking the end of 60 years under British rule. But as the crowd sang, danced, and dreamed, eyes from across the Atlantic Ocean were watching. The United States of America, a global power, would be among the first to formally recognize this young nation. And that single gesture would spark a partnership that still shapes both nations today. Long before the Union Jack was lowered for the last time, the United States had already taken notice of Nigeria. The 1950s were a time of change. Across Africa, independence movements were rising like wildfires. Nigeria, with its vast population, rich resources, and diverse culture, stood as a sleeping giant of the continent. In Washington, D.C., policymakers debated, what would Africa's future look like? Would new nations lean toward the West or toward the Soviet Union in the heat of the Cold War? To the Americans, Nigeria wasn't just another colony about to be free. It was the key to Africa, the most populous, educated, and influential country in the region. And so, the United States quietly prepared to extend its hand, even before the chains of colonial rule were broken. On that golden morning, October 1st, 1960, Sir Tafawa Balewa addressed a nation reborn. His words carried both pride and promise. Today, we are witnessing the culmination of a process begun 15 years ago. And we are entering upon a new partnership with our friends, both at home and abroad. And just hours later, from the other side of the Atlantic, came a message from Washington. President Dwight D. Eisenhower sent a telegram to Prime Minister Balewa. The government and people of the United States extend to you and to the people of Nigeria our warmest congratulations on your independence. In that moment, the United States became one of the very first nations to recognize the sovereignty of Nigeria. And more than just words, it was a symbol, a recognition of Nigeria's destiny as a leader in Africa. Just days after independence, the United States opened its embassy in Lagos. Joseph Palmer II became the first U.S. ambassador to Nigeria. His mission: to build a bridge between two very different nations, one ancient and newly free, the other powerful and watching. Nigeria, with its rich culture, oil, and potential, quickly became America's most important partner in sub-Saharan Africa. But beneath the handshakes and smiles, there was also competition, curiosity, and caution. The early 1960s were not simple times. The world was divided, East versus West, and newly independent nations were caught in the middle, urged to choose sides. But Nigeria, under Balewa's wise leadership, chose a different path. He believed that true independence meant non-alignment, the ability to think, decide, and act freely. Nigeria would work with the West, but on her own terms. At the United Nations, Balewa stood tall and declared, "We are independent, not only in name, but in our hearts and in our decisions." His words echoed across Africa, inspiring others that independence was more than a flag. It was the power to define your own destiny. The U.S. extended its hand in friendship, sending teachers, engineers, and volunteers through the newly formed Peace Corps. Thousands of Americans came to Nigeria, eager to share skills and learn from the people. And Nigeria welcomed them, seeing in the partnership a chance for progress, not dependence. But as time passed, both nations began to see the challenges of such a relationship. By the mid-1960s, political storms began to rise. Coups, civil war, and global suspicion tested the young nation's unity. The US, wary of instability, pulled back its involvement, leaving behind questions and lessons that echo even today. Between 1967 and 1970, Nigeria faced its greatest trial, the Biafran War. A war of brothers, a war of pain. The world watched, and so did the United States. America struggled between supporting unity and responding to the humanitarian crisis that followed. Food aid was sent, diplomats pleaded for peace, but history had its course. When the war ended, over 1 million lives had been lost, but Nigeria endured. And through it all, the United States continued to recognize her, not as a perfect partner, but as a resilient nation determined to rise again. From that first recognition in 1960, the bond between Nigeria and the United States has evolved, shaped by hope, challenge, and mutual need. Through oil diplomacy, education, culture, and democracy, both nations have danced a delicate waltz of partnership. Today, over 400,000 Nigerians live in the United States, contributing to science, medicine, business, and art. And American companies continue to invest in Nigeria's energy, technology, and education sectors. The story that began with a telegram in 1960 became a legacy of connection. Not always smooth, not always equal, but deeply intertwined. When the United States first recognized Nigeria, it wasn't just the beginning of diplomacy. It was the beginning of understanding that Africa's destiny is tied to the world's destiny. Recognition was not charity, it was acknowledgement of a people with history, intelligence, and heart. Of a continent whose stories deserve to be told by its own voices. From 1960 to now, the story of Nigeria and the United States remains a reminder that freedom is only the beginning. True greatness lies in what we do with it. As an African proverb says, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. Let us remember, unity is our greatest strength. Our stories are our power, and the world only truly knows Africa when Africa tells her own story.